Hey guys, today is Saturday, April 11th, and this is your week 3 of virtual instruction preview. So last week I posted a video where I did a recap of week 1 and then a preview to week 2. Because of Easter weekend, you guys know that technically your 2 assignments for me this week, the On Wiesel's poem and the No News from Auschwitz and the Butterfly poem assignments are not technically due until Monday, April 13th by midnight, or technically 11:59 p.m. So because of that, I am not going to go over that material yet. I'll be posting a separate video on Monday where I will go over all of the answers for those 2 poems and the article, because I've gotten a few questions from you guys about maybe what you missed, and there were a couple of common hits and misses so far. So I am going to hop on and do a separate video on Monday where I'll go over that stuff with you. So this is just a really quick preview to week 3 and what's coming up during week 3. So week 3 means that you guys are officially going to start reading this book. This book is obviously Night by Elie Wiesel. So hopefully you guys watched my video last week where I gave you a heads up that this was coming. So you're gonna have a couple of options as far as physically reading this book. You know, this is a really popular book, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some of your parents or anybody that you're already coming in contact with might have a copy of the book that they'd be willing to let you borrow. Especially if you have older siblings, chances are maybe they've had to read this book before. This is a really common book that is studied in school. So if there's even the slightest chance, just ask your parents and make sure that they don't have a copy laying around the house. Then, if you chose to buy your own copy, you can still do that. I did check again, you can still get it relatively quickly on Amazon. Or if you have any kind of Kindle or e-reader, there are some subscriptions depending on if you already pay for a book service where you could even get it for free. So if you have some kind of iPad or Kindle with iBooks or Amazon or any of those resources, maybe check it out there. But absolute worst case scenario, you guys will see under my Night/Survival Unit folder on the resources tab of my webpage that I have uploaded an entire PDF to the novel. And it's not a super long novel, guys. It's roughly 9 to 10 chapters. And so I say that because he doesn't really number the chapters. And so there's, the very end kind of has a slew of short pages divided by what we would call a chapter break. So it's a relatively short book overall that we are going to take the next 3 weeks to read. So this coming week, starting Monday, it will be your job to read chapters 1, 2, and 3. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. So if you go through, you might have to count out the chapters because, like I said, technically, depending on the novel copy that you have in front of you, or even the one I posted, he does not number the chapters. So you guys will have to go through and just count. There will be an obvious chapter break where you guys will see that obviously the writing starts about halfway down the page. And a chapter would have ended, on the previous page. So you're gonna read those first 3 chapters, 1, 2, and 3. So week 3 of virtual instruction means you are going to read the 3 chapters, 1, 2, and 3 of Night, okay? From there, actually before even reading the novel, you're gonna notice that most copies of the translation, but if you don't have the copy, the one that I posted under my resources tab has it. So most have what we would call a preface by Elie Wiesel himself, where he essentially introduces his own memoir and just the struggles and what it took for him to write it. So that is your very first assignment this week. You are going to read the preface to the novel. And like I said, if you happen to have a copy at home, or if your copy that you obtain doesn't have this preface, it is relatively short, about 5 or 6 pages, I believe. And it is the one that I posted on the PDF. So worst case scenario, you may have to just read the preface online under my PDF copy. Then I posted 4 questions. I believe it's 4, maybe 5. 4 questions, I believe, to my resources already in a Word document. It's called Night Preface Questions, and you guys are simply going to respond to those in complete sentences and submit those to me. So you can submit it in any way that you've already been submitting work, either uploading it directly to Focus, if that's what works best for you. You could also share it with me via Google Docs, or you could just email me a Word attachment. Whatever is easiest for you guys, I will still accept work all 3 ways. So you're gonna respond, read the preface first, and then you're gonna respond to those questions. So again, the preface that you are reading is written by Elie Wiesel himself, and it is a preface that is available on the version of the novel that I posted the PDF copy to. And if yours does not have it, if you have a personal copy at home that you've purchased or already had, use the online PDF first and then transition from there, okay? Then we're gonna do something we haven't done before this week. Once you guys have finished reading the 3 chapters of Night, the first 3 chapters, you are then going to take your first quiz online with me. So I am not posting this quiz until Monday because I don't want you to have too much of a head start on it. I just want you to take your time reading first and then work your way into taking that quiz. So I'll post the link to the quiz. You'll notice that the Night preface questions are already posted. So if you wanted to get a head start on that, you can. And then by all means, get a head start on reading the first 3 chapters if you'd like to. And then I will post the link to the quiz. It's going to be in the form of a Google form that you would have to put your name, your email, and it is going to be 10 questions total. You'll notice that about half of them are short answer and about half of them are multiple choice. And when you submit it to me, it bounces immediately back to me in my Google Drive and I'll grade it from there. So guys, this is going to be really similar to the quizzes that you took when we read Animal Farm together, where it's going to be 10 questions, half multiple choice, half short answer, 4 points each. So remember that with the short answer questions, that I will award partial points for those questions. So if you're not 100% sure on your answer, just do your very best and know that I will award some partial points out of the 4 total for each question if you have part of the answer correct. So that quiz will be worth 40 points total. So those are the only 2 things I have for you guys this week, are the Night preface questions, which there's only 4 of those, and then the quiz itself on the first 3 chapters. However, if you have not been working on No Red Ink, you guys do have a No Red Ink assignment that will close on April 19th. So don't forget about that one. That No Red Ink assignment is your last commonly missed words No Red Ink assignment, and that has been open since this past Monday. So you've now had just about a week to be working on that, and you'll have all of next week as well. So I'd recommend that you guys pace yourself on that. That will expire next Sunday. So everything that I'm going to assign for this week, the questions on Night Preface, the quiz itself that you guys will have to take on your own time, and then the No Red Ink will all be due by Sunday, April 19th at 11:59 p.m. So of course, just like last week, guys, I posted all of this on my news feed as well, in addition to the video, and I will do that again for you, okay? So if this was too confusing, I have everything in writing for you as well on my news feed, so jump on over to there and read, make sure you understand everything. And if there's anything that you're still confused about, don't forget to email me. I'm happy to help you guys and answer any questions, okay? I will still continue to grade your essays this week. Right now I'm about halfway through 5th period. So 4th period is done, about halfway through 5th period, and then I'll work my way to 6th and 7th, okay? The last thing I'll say, guys, before I sign off is this is the first time you guys are gonna take a quiz online, and I very much suspect that you will unfortunately have your book right in front of you. You know, of course I'm going to encourage you to practice integrity and not have your book open in front of you, but just know, because I anticipated the idea of you having your book open while you're taking this quiz, the questions are a little bit more tricky because I wanted you to have to really think through these questions. So take your time with the quiz, and then if you are struggling with getting the link or anything to work, let me know. But the quiz you can only take once. So once it's open, and then you can only take it that one time, and it'll submit your answers to me when you're done. So take your time. Once you commit, you're in, and then take it, submit it, and you're done. Okay? Guys, if you have any questions, like I said, let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to email you. I miss you still. I hope that I can see you soon. And I will post a second video, like I said, going over last week's assignments on Monday. Okay? All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.